everyone out there in Rumble, X, and YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego. And today we are going to continue to talk about in the company of fucking gentlemen. Some very distinguished, cultured, and manneristic gentlemen, okay? They're not the kind of guys that just go out there and fuck over girls and just, just pump and dump. That's not what they are at all, okay? They're distinguished, okay? They're mannered. They're cultured. Understand? That's the difference between men and boys. These are most definitely men. All right? No, they're not. They're pieces of shit, okay? But hey, you know what? It's a movie about men that are pieces of shit. You can be a piece of shit and still be a man. I hate it when women say shit like, oh, a real man. Well, no. You fuck real men, okay? What's that say about you? Right? What does that make you, huh? Okay, anyway. Yeah, I know, the hypocrisy, okay? Thank God this movie has none of that. No, they're just straight up assholes. Okay, I'm Diego. I'm going to give you a straight man's point of view. This movie that we're talking about here today is going to deal with a lot of chauvinism, misogyny, sexism, okay, and men's rights. Yes, something that nobody gives a shit about. Well, this movie gave a shit about it way back in the day, okay? He's ahead of the curve, the guy that made this movie, okay? Mr. Labuti, who directed this movie, wrote this movie, and it stars Aaron Eckhart, Matt Malloy, and Stacey Edwards, okay? Aaron Eckhart plays Chad, the alpha male, Giga Chad, who just, he's just an alpha male. He's the kind of guy, like, that you watch sports with. He's the kind of guy that just fucks all the girls in school, We're all jealous of that guy, aren't we? Yeah, we are. We all know that guy from high school, too. He just, all the girls that he had crushes on, he fucked them all already. It's like, yeah. And just fast forward about 15 years, then those same girls start looking for you, wanting your fucking phone number, wanting to know what the hell you're doing now. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm fucking the hot young girls that, while you're taking care of your 4 kids. Revenge is a bitch, right? And then you marry one. That's what they say. But anyway, but I'm not a chauvinist or a misogynist. I'm just a realist. Okay, and I try to spread some realism here. Okay, because I actually want men and women to get along. Okay, but I spend a lot of time reviewing chick flicks. Okay, and calling out women on their bullshit. Let's face it, most of the shit women believe has to do with their feelings and not with their fucking thoughts, okay? Whereas men, we tend to do things with our thoughts rather than our feelings, okay? Both things taken too far can be bad for you, okay? Like if women just go with their fucking feelings, they would all marry fucking out of work fucking musicians and shit like that, okay? And if everybody did things just with their brain, then they would marry someone who looks fucking completely good on paper, but there's no fucking emotion there. There's no love there, That could happen too, Everything looks right on the surface, but it doesn't feel right. So you got to find that balance. I think that's what life's about, is find the balance between your mind and your heart, okay? Which is not an easy thing to do. It sounds simple, but it's not, all right? But anyway, I'm Diego, and real quickly here, I want to give you my information here, okay? So that's it right there. Think, yeah, that's it right there for Diego Knows. Okay, the top one there, Diego Knows, @knows Diego. Okay, that one there, that is my Twitter, okay, or X, you could call it. That's my X one. Okay, that top one right there, this is my X one. Okay, and Diego De La Vega Knows, this is my Rumble. Okay, that's my Rumble right there. Because, YouTube is going to fucking get rid of me, okay? They're going fucking all fucking communists and shit. They're going to police speech. Everything that doesn't go along with fucking voting for Joe Biden is going to be considered hate speech, and they're just going to fucking get rid of you, okay? So, and I know that's coming. I know big tech is totally in bed with the deep state. Okay, we all know this, okay? So it's only a matter of time. Eventually, they're just gonna fucking do it. I mean, look what they did fucking 4 years ago with the election. Huh? Remember all that? Remember all the so-called fact checkers that were all over Facebook? Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, like they never did that for fucking Joe Biden's campaign, but they always did that with Trump, didn't they? Okay, well, none of that fucking shit here. Okay, that's why I'm on Rumble as well, because I know that way at least I can preserve these videos for posterity. Okay, but let's talk about the movie here. Okay, In the Company of Men. Now I've mentioned in these other videos before. This movie deals with a lot of men being assholes. Okay, just straight up assholes. They're not the two main characters. Okay, Chad and fucking Howard. They are not good guys. Okay, they're not good guys at all. All right. Howard, played by Matt Malloy, is a beta male cuck. Okay, he's the kind of guy that gets cheated on his girlfriend. He has no self-esteem. He has no self-confidence. Okay, he's a beta male. He's a very raspy, thin voice. You know, very meek. You know. Think of that dude from fucking WKRP. And if those of you are old enough to watch that show, there was a character on there. I don't remember his fucking name because I never watched the show. Okay, but I remember there was a character on there who was like bald and had glasses, and he sounded a lot like this. This guy. Okay, that's basically what Howard is. Okay, just fucking dries up a pussy just like that. All right, that's Howie. Okay, now Howard is the boss here. They're in charge of a project. I think they live in LA, but they're in fucking Jerkwater somewhere. Although the movie was filmed in Fort Wayne, Indiana, to start up a different branch, a new office for their the corporation that they work for. So they're in charge of getting it up and running, hiring the people, make sure the construction goes smoothly. You know, because the building's still being built, everything's still fucking like being put together for the first time. So Howard's in charge of this, and Chad goes with him. Chad's in charge of all the marketing there. Okay, so he's doing his job, and Howard's doing their job, and to end the boredom that they're going to have there, they both got dumped by their girlfriends, respectively, right before this business trip. So in order to get revenge on all women in general for the things that these two women did to them, they're going to find a girl, an unattractive girl, and they're going to fuck her over just so they can see what it's like to fuck over a woman. Okay, that way they can feel better about themselves. I'm not kidding. That's the plot of the movie. All right. And of course, Chad, the fucking alpha male, is the one that came up with it. He's the one that devised it. He's the one that works out the logistics. He's the one that picks out the victim. Okay. He picks out this pretty girl. Her name is, excuse me. Her name is Christine. And she is deaf. She's beautiful, but she's deaf. Okay. And she works as a secretary there. She reads lips though, because she got that going for her. Okay. But when she talks, you know, she has the voice of a deaf girl. She doesn't know what she sounds like. So her voice sounds a little bit funny. Sounds like someone who is deaf. Okay, well, of course, Chad decides to ridicule her for this behind her back, of course, not to her face. Okay, and he decides this is the girl they're going to fuck over. Okay, they're both going to take turns dating her. She's going to think that she's got these two guys that want her. Okay, and they're going to get off on the fact that she lies to each one of them, and they're going to act like they don't know about each other. Okay, and then once the 6-week business trip is over with, they're both going to fuck her over. They're going to pull the rug out from under her and just break her heart. Okay, that's the plan. To see what it's like to hurt somebody that bad. You know, that way they'll know that no matter what woman hurts them in the future, they'll never get hurt as bad as they hurt that girl on this business trip. And they'll laugh about it to their old men. That's the plan anyway. They find the girl. They both start romancing her and all this kind of shit. But of course, as we can be figured, Howard, the beta male, starts developing legitimate feelings for her. You know, he's not a fan of fucking over an innocent girl, much less a handicapped innocent girl. Okay, but he wants Chad's approval because Chad has a higher social status than he does. Chad talks shit. He's always talking. He brags. He talks shit about other people behind their back. You know, he's an aggressive guy. He's a go-getter. Okay, one thing I'll say about Chad, despite the fact that he's an evil fucking psychopath, he does have self-confidence, which is enough. In this world, that's enough. Guys, if there's one thing you get out of this movie, get that. Okay, a guy who has self-confidence like Chad does can go very far in life. Very far. Now, whether you use that ability for good or evil is up to you. Chad clearly uses it for evil. Okay, but anyone with self-confidence, okay, legitimate self-confidence, okay, it doesn't matter. He doesn't care about what other people think about him. He already knows he's a shit. You know, he's out there doing his best. You know, he finds out what he's good at and he keeps doing that. You know, and he likes to do that, okay? You can use that for good or evil, okay? But Chad does have that quality, which is enough. That's enough for a lot of women. You don't even have to be fucking good looking or nothing. You don't have to be rich. That's all bullshit. That's all external. That's stuff that you got to go outside of yourself to get in order to put value on yourself. Fuck that noise. If you already have value, okay, you're going to add value to everyone around you, and that's going to make them want to be attracted to you. That's going to make them want to stick with you, okay? If you have that fucking personality, okay, I just said personality trumps everything. It trumps everything, okay? If you have this incredible fucking personality, women are going to be around you. Yeah, man. I mean, you got looks too, you know, a big cock, a lot of money. That shit helps too, okay? But personality, that's going to elevate your social status. And there's one thing that turns women on more than anything else is fucking social status, okay? Not your looks, not your bank account, okay? Your social status. Are you popular? Are you popular at your job? Are you popular at a party, okay? Are you a guy that everybody wants to know? Are you interesting? Are you the fucking most interesting man in the room? Like those old fucking Dos Equis commercials, okay? Do you have that personality that just gravitates people towards you? Okay, that's what turns women on. More than anything else, okay? That's what turns them on, okay? They're attracted to that. They're also attracted to status, okay? Are you well respected? Okay, well, if you're liked, you're automatically respected, okay? But like at your job, okay? Are you a supervisor to a bunch of people? Do a lot of people answer to you? Okay, do you have authority in your job? That's attractive to women. Money, can you provide for them? Can you provide for their fucking kids what they had with other guys? No, because I man doesn't date a woman like that. All right, but you get what I'm going with here, right? Okay, that's the stuff that makes you valuable. That's the stuff that turns women on, and unfortunately, Chad does have that. Okay, he believes in himself, which means other people, especially insecure guys, are gonna fucking try to latch onto him and maybe try to get some of that to rub off on them. That's the reason that Howard, the beta male, is always around Chad. He thinks that Chad is his friend. He's trying to get some of that off. He thinks that Chad respects him. And not just because he's a boss, but because they went to college together. They've known each other for a long time. So he wants Chad's approval. In his deluded way, he seems to think that Chad actually respects him, and he doesn't. It's pretty fucking obvious that Chad is just using Howard. He has resentment towards him for fucking, for get a promotion above him. Okay, I think Chad feels that he should be the supervisor in this project instead of Howard. Okay, and so since he sees this as an inequality, he's going to try to get some payback here. He's going to try to manipulate fucking Howard, the boss, to do what he wants. We've already seen him do it. We've seen him manipulate Howard into getting rid of people, transferring other employees that Chad did not like or that were a threat to him. Maybe they knew more about the company than he did. Maybe they were better at their job than he was. Well, you got to get rid of that person. What do? You squeal on him to the boss. The boss gets him transferred out of there. And he does this while pretending to be that employee's friend the whole time. You see what I mean? Okay, and the fact that Howard didn't realize that Chad might be doing this to him too, it just shows you how fucking stupid fucking Howard is to not see what's right in front of him. Okay, now obviously they're going to pick a helpless, maybe not helpless, not the right word, but a handicapped girl, a girl who's typically considered unattractive, and they're going to fuck her over. Like, what does Howard think he is? Does he think he's some fucking stud or something? Like he's got a choice or something? No, he's not. You know, he's a mark. Okay, he's a fool. He's a sucker. Sucker born every minute, right? Well, that's exactly what Chad sees Howard as, a sucker. Here's this guy's my boss. How the fuck did a guy like this get promoted above me? Oh, I'm totally gonna fuck with this guy. You see what I mean? That's Chad's line of thinking. That's what he does here. Okay, he's a manipulator. He manipulates everyone around him, his coworkers, his boss, and the girl that he's dating. You know, hell, even his girlfriend. He manipulates everybody. Okay, that's the kind of person that Chad is. All right, he's a good old boy. All right. So where we left off last time, we're now at week 5. Okay, of this movie. Okay, now this project is 6 weeks. So after the 6-week mark, they're going to have to fly back. Chad and Howard are going to have to fly back to LA. I think that's where their company is, in LA. That's where they live. Okay, and they're going to say goodbye to this fucking shithole. Okay, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Okay, although the movie's never named, the city's never named in the movie. That is where they filmed it. All right, so they're going to have to leave Fort Wayne, Indiana, and go back to LA. That's the plan. Okay, so they got 6 weeks to find a girl, seduce her, and then fuck her up. Okay, so now it's week 5. Okay, now Chad and Christine have just finished having sex. Okay, so now we know that they've been fucking. They're in a hotel room. Now we're gonna assume that it's Chad's hotel room because that's where they're living. Howard and Chad are living in hotels until this project gets done. Okay, so we assume it's Chad's hotel room. She is in a robe, a bathrobe, a hotel bathrobe, and he's got his shirt off and stuff, you know, whatever. I mean, he's got his shirt open. Okay, so obviously they just finished having sex and they're putting their clothes on. All right, at least he is. Okay, this is their lunch break, so they went to go fuck during their lunch break. All right, because the hotel is right by the office building where they're working. Okay, they snuck off from work for this. All right. Now, this is a big reveal here because we know that Christine has been dating both Howard and Chad. Clearly, she's more attracted to Chad because, like I said, he's got confidence, he's got personality. The persona that he adopts when he's pretending to be a nice guy is very charming, very lovable, very caring persona. So it's easy to see how Christine could fall for a guy like that. Whereas Howard he wears his heart on his sleeve, okay? He just projects insecurity, and that turns women off. He's not confident. He's always stammering. He's not sure. He's always talking, you know, when he should just be shutting up, okay? He gives away way too much fucking information. He tries to fucking brag about himself, but it comes across as a guy that's lying about himself, you know? Just the stuff that typically turns a woman off. Well, Howard, because he's not used to talking to beautiful women, this is the way he talks. He gets nervous. He starts stammering. He starts, goes off on fucking wild tangents in his conversation. He doesn't let the other person talk when they're trying to get a word in, this is all fucking insecure behavior. Okay, so clearly she's not attracted to Howard. Okay, he's attracted to fucking Chad. Okay, because Chad is a good looking guy, and he knows how to put on the charm. He's very masculine. All right, so that's going on here. They just finished having sex. We know that Howard has not had sex with with Christine, although that ultimately that's what he wants. Okay, and Howard does not know that Christine's having sex with Chad. Okay. All right. So anyway, they snuck off for this thing. Now during the pillow talk that they're having here, okay, he tells her the typical bullshit that men say. Okay, although not so much today. Okay, because it is really cheesy. Even me, when I hear myself say something like that, it sounds really cheesy. You know, like he said, he tells this her that he's taken with her. He's taken with her. I'm taken with you, because he's pretending to be the nice romantic guy, right? Okay, so he's on top of her in bed or whatever. He's like, I'm so taken with you. His voice gets softer, you know. He's like, you're just so fragile. And you feel, oh gosh, you feel so perfect in my arms. Oh, like that. He's just a bullshit artist, right? And she's falling for it because, like, she's handicapped. Okay, she's not a typical woman. Okay, she can't hear. Okay, so her dating options or she's well aware that her dating options are limited, and which is sad to say, but it's fucking true. I'm sorry, it's true. And before you women start giving me shit about that, if you knew a guy that only had like one arm or one leg, would you automatically want to go out? No, you fucking wouldn't. Don't fucking tell me you would, okay? I'm not saying you hate him. I'm not saying you're going to make fun of him. No, not at all. You probably might give him a lot of fucking respect, but he doesn't turn you on. That's what I'm trying to say. He doesn't turn you on, okay? And if this guy were to get turned on by a guy like this, he would have to do a hell of a lot of fucking work. Okay, he'd have to have a personality like I don't know, fucking like name some fucking movie star with a huge personality. He'd have to be like that to get you to fucking pay attention and much less be attracted to him, much less fall in love with him. Okay, it's a lot. Not saying he can't do it. It'll take a lot more work. Okay, because typically most women want men with all their fucking appendages. Okay, and guys want that too from women. All right. So, so she's aware of this, and that can affect her self-esteem. But here she is, two guys are not fighting over her, but they're both trying to woo her. So, of course, she's kind of getting a little ego trip here. It's like, oh, my God, man, this is like, unlimited free lunches, free theaters, free movies, free dinner dates, free everything. You see what I mean? That's where she's going with this, okay? And she's not used to having this in her life. So, of course, she's going to ride it for as much as it's worth, okay? So anyway, so that's going on here. He apologizes for leaving this weekend. Okay, now in the last video, I told you that that Howard, his supervisor, is sending him back to LA for a business report that he has to go do. He has to do a presentation, okay, on the progress they've been making here in bullshit fucking Jerkwater, Illinois. Okay, so he doesn't want to go. It's actually Howard's job to go, but Howard's going to bullshit this. He told Chad that hey, I'm too busy to go do it. I'd send this other guy, but they don't know the higher ups very well, so I'm sending you because you're the only one I trust. The truth is, he wants to get rid of Chad for the 4th of July weekend so that he can romance Christine. That's the real reason he's sending him back to HQ for the weekend. All right. So he knows that this weekend he's going to be with Christine, okay, and that Chad's not going to be involved, okay. So Chad apologizes to Christine for leaving for the weekend, but she says she understands it's work related, he has to go, it's his job, whatever. And then she asks him very, very sweetly, but very directly. She asks him, "Do you love me?" Yeah, she's going there. Do you love me? And she tells him, because I think, now she does it with that voice, that deaf girl's voice. I'm not going to do it here. I'm not an asshole. Okay. Although Chad does imitate her voice in the movie. Okay. She says, "Do you love me?" And she said, "Because I think I'm falling in love with you." Okay. She just says it blatantly, right? As like a matter of fact. Like it's definitely a legit concern of hers. And of course, he's like, "Oh, yes. Yes, of course I am. Of course I am." Just like that. And we, the audience, know that he is so fucking, we get mad. Okay, I get mad watching this scene. Okay, because I know guys like Chad. Okay, these guys are manipulators. Okay, they're exploiters. They take advantage of people. Okay, that don't know any better, or people that are weaker or not as smart as them. You see what I mean? And the fact that he would do this to a girl that's handicapped, just pretend to fucking love her. You know what I mean? Because he clearly he's got the power in this relationship. He knows that she's smitten with him. Okay, and you don't just fuck with people's feelings that way. Okay, at least you shouldn't. All right. And before you some of you are looking at me right now going like, "Oh, well, men do it all the time." Well, you know who else does it? Fucking women do it too. Okay, so everyone's guilty of this shit. All right, everyone's guilty of this shit. All right, this could easily have been a guy. that's getting shit on here in the movie, okay? But none of you all would have paraded that though, wouldn't you? Okay? Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Fucking Hollywood, they don't make movies like this anymore. Okay, this girl's clearly fucking a good person. You know, she has a handicap. She has to deal with her fucking insecurity every fucking day because of her handicap. And here's a guy that's going to exploit it and take advantage of her, you know? We know he's doing it, but she doesn't know she's doing it, so it kind of breaks our heart to see them doing this to an innocent girl, okay? Hey, I'm a human being, okay? I fucking hate this guy for what he's doing, okay? For what both of them are doing. It's bullshit, right? But anyway, he tells her he loves her. Okay, the next scene we have Howard. He's at a jewelry store getting a ring looked at or whatever. He says it was bent or something. I think probably Howard like tried to destroy the ring. I think he was going to give it to Melanie, his ex-girlfriend that he mentioned earlier in the movie, but we've never seen her. Okay, the one that's fucking calling his mom all the time. Okay, and I think he's decided he's going to fucking get it repaired and give it to fucking to Christine. Okay, despite the fact that Christine has shown absolutely no sexual attraction to him at all. I mean, she's been nice to him. She's been very polite. She's joked with him. Okay, she's gone on dates with him. They've done cool things. They went like to amusement parks. They've gone to lunches. They've gone to dinners. They've done stuff like that. But there's been no sexual chemistry at all because Howard is just not fucking a masculine guy. Okay, like I said, she's attracted to Chad. All right. So anyway, so that's going on here. So while Howard is at the jewelry store, Chad is in Howard's office. Yes, he's in Howard's office. He's got the windows in his office because Chad just has a little fucking cubicle with no fucking windows, you know, just walls. So he's inside Howard's office, his boss's office, sitting there behind the desk, and he's reprimanding an intern. Now, we've seen this intern before. He's a black guy. He's a young black guy that works there. Okay, he was talking to Howard earlier in the movie. We find out now that his name is Keith. Not Keith, Keith. Keith, all right? He's a young, probably in his 20s, black guy, slender. He's wearing, you know, a tie and a white shirt too, black pants, just like fucking Chad is. But Chad is reprimanding him. He's yelling at him. We find out during this conversation that Chad, this is the guy that Chad was talking about on the rooftop. In my last video, I talked about that scene. He was complaining about the young interns that are working there and the mess that they're leaving in the common areas there. Okay, the break room and stuff. They're just leaving a mess there. And he tells Howard that something needs to be done about this. We need to set an example, blah, 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 that kind of thing. Basically trying to get them in trouble. Okay, Howard did nothing about it. He tells them, oh God, how can these fucking juvenile fucktards just come in here? You know, they expect us, you know, they work in a company of men and they expect their mommies to come in here and wipe their fucking little asses, you know, blah, blah, blah. Well, we need to do something about it, all right? So this guy is one of those guys. And he's reprimanding him about that. He's telling him shit. He's got the alpha male fucking conversation down all the fucking way. I love it, man. Because I was in the Marines. Okay, this is the way we talk to each other, right? Especially when you're getting chewed out by your fucking officer, your NCO. Yeah, it kind of goes like this a little bit, all right? So anyway, he's chewing out this guy, Keith. Okay, he talks down to him. While he's looking up at him, he's talking down to him. So the guy's just standing there, you know, with his head down, like, yes, sir, what? He's like, you know, you are so privileged. You and those other guys are spoiled brats. You know, you don't realize how good you have it here. Like, what is your problem? He's like, yes, you're right, sir. You're right. You know, just like that, okay? So he's talking down to him, okay? Forcing him to stand there and agree with him, okay? Okay, and like I said, it's for the mess that they made in the break room, okay? Howard didn't do anything about it, so Chad's doing something about it, all right? He's like, you're privileged. You've got it made here, okay? Look around. You're in the company. You made it. You know? Why do you want to fuck it up? Okay? Why do you want to fuck it up around here, okay? Because I know damn well the minute you walk out of this fucking office, you're just giving me a big fuck you to me. Okay? And I got a plane to catch. As soon as my back is turned, you're just going to give me a big fuck you. You know? I'm not bullshitting you here. I got a plane to catch this weekend. What the fuck it is you think you're doing around here, huh? You're over here hanging out with shipping? What the fuck is up with that? Do you even realize what department you work in? If I were not to point this out to you, you know what? I'd be doing you a disservice. He gets up and he lowers it. He closes the blinds, okay, so nobody can see what's going on in there. And he goes back and he sits down again. He's like, you know, I wonder, Keith. Is that your name? Keith? Or Keith? What the fuck is your name? It's Keith. Keith, wait, I guess you would know, wouldn't you? You know. What I want to know about you, Keith, is you got the balls for this, huh? You see this office, huh? You want a job like mine? Huh? You got the balls for a job like mine? Because I got to tell you, man, I can't help but think about it. Whether you got the balls or not for this job. He's like, I do. Ask anybody. Ask anybody. Hey, let me do you a little favor here, Keith. That is your name, right? Keith? The word is ask. Ask anybody. You want a job like mine someday? Because the ring is right there. It is right there. Just out of your reach. But you're going to need some big, huge, hairy brass ones for this task. Now you say you've got a pair. You say you've got a big enough pair to handle the pressure cooker that this company is. Fine. Let's see him. He's like, what? He's like, look, I'm going to make it real simple for you, Keith. Show me your balls. Let's see what you got. Let's see him. I want to see those clankers of yours. He's like, he starts fucking doing it. He's like, that's what it goes. He's like, do it. Show me. He's like, wait, but look, I'm not some fucking friggin' homo that's gonna jump over the table and grab you, okay? I want to make sure that you got what it takes. Now look, they already asked me to pick someone before I leave for the management training program. What? Show me your balls. But if you got a pair, the kind that men are carrying around, you practically wear it on your sleeve. That's what business is all about. Who's sporting the nastiest sack of venom? And who's willing to use it? Don't be embarrassed. He's like, so he pulls down his pants. He pulls down his pants. And if you look at Chad's face the whole time, he's just like, he's just looking at it. This scene is so wrong on so many fucking levels, okay? You know, he does it, Chad looks, motioning them to so he wants to see his dick too. So Chad's like, all right, great. Hey, why don't you go out there and give me some coffee before you leave, all right? Black is fine. He just goes back to doing what he's doing. I guess they haven't set up the HR department yet. Or maybe it's just because it was the late night. I don't fucking know. I was in the military when this movie came out. We didn't go through none of this shit. Right? I don't fucking know. All right. Anyway, so that scene took place here, okay? All right. I'm going to take a break right here, okay? But I'll be back again shortly to continue my review of In the Company of Men. I thank you very much for watching this long, and I will see you soon on the next one. Bye.